Have you ever gone through a phase in your career where like winning wasn't your number one focus? Like winning the tournament?
Well, consistently when I played against men, of course.
Uh-huh.
Yes, let me answer that in kind of a backwards way. Well, and I'm sure you understand this. There are many instances where I won and I was very disappointed in myself.
Uh-huh.
So winning was not the ultimate goal, for sure. But yeah, I could play well. I could be happy with my play and not win. Didn't happen as often,
Uh-huh.
but that could happen.
And then vice versa, you could win and not be happy.
Yeah. But yeah, and more so in other events, as I, like freestyle, so I switched over to freestyle. I didn't have delusions of winning in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a completely different mindset that was actually extremely, I don't know if healthy is the right word. It was refreshing.
Okay.
It was extremely refreshing to give myself the freedom to be more process-oriented than goal-oriented.
Okay.
And now, for me now, coming back, I mean, I have a completely different mindset than I did 25 years ago. And so I am learning to fulfill myself and not the expectations of others.
Okay. That's nice.
It's
That's
hard
good
to do,
realization, yeah.
and it's important to do.
Yeah, totally. I sometimes, like, when I line up a putt like that, I'm like, right now in practice, I'm like, would I go for that during the tournament? And I, like, at this point right now, like, where I've won every tournament that I want to win, and like I've accomplished all these things, and like for me right now, it's like almost more about like the memory of making that putt. You know?
I did.
And, like,
yes, I completely get that. I got to a point where I didn't have any more goals, and it didn't mean much to create a new goal and then at the end of it again. So, you know, I might try to pretend that that's a goal, but I didn't really feel it.
Yeah, it's like fake. Totally.
So it's important. Yeah, it's important to have something that pushes you. Doesn't matter what that. Very easily might be something other than winning, and I think that's healthy if it's something other than winning.
Cool. Interesting. Yeah, there's so many things I think about like that, you know, where it's like, I want to win. Literally, I want to win. Like ping pong, everything. I want to win it, you know, but it's like, for me, I'm getting more of a rush from like this awesome eagle putt that I made, or like a really pure drive, than I am like when I'm holding the trophy at the end.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's like weird, because I'm like, the person that got second would be so much happier than me in this moment, but conflicting thoughts of like, well, but I still want to win, you know? It's weird.
I think most people that get to a level that we have gotten to have that same competitiveness that, congratulations.
Thank you.
That
Connor O'Reilly, Delaware disc golf champion.
Hello, people.
You know, I don't think you get to our level of success without having that competitive nature in everything.
Yeah.
I often, over the last like 10 years of my life, I just have often wished that I could get to a point where I'm no longer that. And I think I am slowly becoming less that competitive person. Not because I'm grateful that I've had that and it's gotten me to where I've been, but it's exhausting.
Yeah.
And at some point I want to not be my worst critic, my worst enemy, my worst, you know, I want to enjoy the little successes and not only see the big success.
It's hard though when we're like in the public eye and like people value the champion, you know? It's like, I'd rather have a high five for, you know, being
I hope
something else, you know?
One of the reasons why I think it's valuable for me to be out here I hope that people can see that my failures don't make me a failure.
Right.
You know, I have done a lot of things. I'm not doing them now, but I'm trying.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's important. Like when I first started putting freestyle videos up, I first started doing that when I was terrible. And the main reason I wanted to do that is because I wanted just, you've probably had people say this to you before. Oh, it's so easy for you. You're so good. It's so easy. It always comes so naturally.
Yeah.
No, I worked really hard to get here.
Yeah.
It wasn't just easy. I got myself to this position. And so I kind of wanted to bring people into how it works. Here's something that's new. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
I'm going to work at it, and I'm going to see how far I can get. And, you know, I didn't necessarily, well, there wasn't a way to display that when disc golf started. So I couldn't do that with disc golf, but I thought maybe I could do that with freestyle and show people the journey. And so now I'm kind of doing it with disc golf on the back side of the hill.
back end of it.
I guess.
I love it. I love it.
But I'm happy that you think about these things, because the pressure of being number one can be intense.
Totally. I think about it always.
And the other thing that I feel like you're doing well, which I don't think I did initially, was to have other things in your life that make you feel valued as a person. You know, I had all my self-worth wrapped up in disc golf, and that's dangerous.
And so somebody said that to me recently too, like to not make disc golf the only thing that you identify with. And like, what does that mean? Like, I hear that and I'm like, yeah, totally, you're right. But I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Just have other hobbies, basically?
That was probably really loud. For me, sure, hobbies. For me, I successes and goals, and I mean that's how I judge things, even though I'm trying to get away from that. So even if I didn't have disc golf in my life, I would be proud of these things that I have accomplished, and I would still be able to sit back at the end of the lifetime and say, okay, yeah, I checked some things off. I accomplished things. I worked hard. I got to a reasonable level, and I'm proud of that.
Okay.
So for me, I want to be able to say that for more than one thing, for more than two things.
Okay. I like that. Cool. I'm going to ponder about that for sure.